Good morning, fellow cooperators, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start in a while. So once again, may we kindly ask everyone to settle down, hit the mute button of your gadget to avoid unnecessary disruptions and interruptions. Thank you for your compliance. I believe we are now ready to start. Happy Cooperative Month celebration to one and all. Today, we are fortunate and privileged of an up-close and personal conversation with a very important person in the life of our sector. I am humbled and at the same time excited to co-facilitate this meeting with our highly respected, hardworking, cooperative champion in the House of Representatives, Congressman Sabiniano Ben Panama. May I now request everyone to put ourselves in God's presence as we pray. God of all peoples and faith, we thank and honor you today for the gift of each other who, in your holy name, envisions to fulfill your will of serving the least of our brethren. Bless our cooperative movement that will govern and manage with your wisdom of serving for the common good. Bless our government leaders, most especially the members of both houses of Congress and Senate, that they may effectively carry the voices of the people they represent and vow to serve. Bless our meeting with House Speaker Lord ALLAN VELASCO, that our concerns, advocacies, and aspirations will be communicated well and responded to for all to benefit from. We recognize our sinfulness and unworthiness. However, we trust in your mercy and goodness. So all this we lift up to you for your divine intervention with justice, compassion, and love. Amen.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ang silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupit, di ka masisingil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit ng paghaw, ay nilang ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kisap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagtitindig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng maraming pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa ating mo. Aming ligaya dapat may mga ating at mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
To lead us in reciting the cooperative pledge, may I call in the CEO of a multi-awarded, multi-billion cooperative, the Barbasa MPC, and National Director of Coop NatCo Party List. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Filimon M. Spares.
Thank you very much. All together, let us recite our cooperative pledge. As a Filipino, I am and I believe in the cooperative. Alone when I am weak, but with others I am strong. So I commit myself to work, to cooperate for all to be prosperous. Harmony, industry, I will value. Cooperative affairs, I will attend. Responsibilities, I will assume. The cooperative philosophy, I will live. One vision, one belief, one feeling. In cooperativism, my life I pledge. So help me God.
Thank you, Mr. Espares. To formally open and welcome us all, may I call in the chairperson of an equally awarded multi-billion cooperative app.
Sa paglipas ng 100 taon, kooperatiba ay ginagabayan ng buon. Pangarap at layunin na nakamtan, kooperatiba ang naging sandalan. Sa puso at isipan ng bawat Pilipino, maging sa Pilipinas o sa buong mundo. Kooperatiba pag-asa ng sambayanan, samahang nagkakaisa't nagtutulungan. Kooperatiba ay kaisang daang taong pagpupugay tulay sa maunlad na buhay. Isang siglong punong-puno ng pag-asa, mabuhay ang kooperatiba. Tagumpay ng kooperatiba ay pagbunyi, sama-sama ang bawat kasapi. Buhay na masagana, buhay kooperatiba, ipagpatuloy ang pagkakaisa. Sa gitna ng pagsubok na dinaanan, nanaig ang ating katatagan. Umulan, uminit man, bumagyo, kooperatiba pa rin tayo. Kooperatiba ay kaisang daang taong pagpupugay tulay sa maunlad na buhay. Isang siglong punong-puno ng pag-asa, mabuhay ang kooperatiba. Kooperatiba ay kaisang daang taong pagpupugay tulay sa maunlad na buhay.
To formally open and welcome all of us, may I call in the chairperson of an equally multi-awarded, multi-billion cooperative app from the North, Santa Cruz Credit and Development Cooperative, known as SACDECO. He is also the Co-op NATCO Party List President. Cooperators, please welcome Mr. Alexander B. Raquipo Jr.
Hello, thank you. I cannot unmute myself a while back. Good morning to everyone. My warmest greetings to all cooperative leaders across the country, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. To our partner, the Cooperative Development Authority, headed by Chair Orly Rabanera and Administrator Ray Ilvaso. My warm greetings too to the congresspersons in attendance. My special greeting goes to the hardworking Congressman Ben Canama of Co-op NATCO Party List, and chair of the Committee on Cooperative Development. But my most special greetings goes to our guest of honor and resource person, Honorable Speaker Lord ALLAN VELASCO. Today is indeed a very special day. It's another history in the making for the Philippine cooperative sector. Today is the first time that the co-op leaders in the land gets close and personal to our Honorable Speaker of the House of the People. This, besides being the first, gives us an opportunity to greet, meet, talk, and exchange views with the Speaker. We would like to extend our best wishes and congratulations and assures him of our backing and support to his leadership in the House of Representatives. Let me therefore welcome everyone in this momentous event. Thank you and happy Co-op Month to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex, for a very heartwarming and inspiring opening message, as well as expression of support in behalf of the sector to our honored guest. Ladies and gentlemen, to balance the gender in this activity, may I call in for a solidarity message, Chairperson of MASPEC, Ma'am Doris Calapis. Please help me welcome her with a warm of applause.
To our guest of honor, House Speaker Lord ALLAN J.Q. Velasco, our distinguished resource persons, fellow cooperators, colleagues in the cooperative movement, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Cooperatives in the country have a long history. They have gone through ups and downs through the years, but despite this, many cooperatives have survived, prospered, and grown. Today, we have cooperatives that have established their presence in their respective communities. They have contributed to improving the lives of their members. They have generating employment, supporting livelihoods, and undertaking projects in health, education, and the environment that benefit the community as a whole. During the ongoing health crisis, cooperatives have been active in supporting not only their members but also other people needing help. They have provided both financial and non-financial support, including assistance to local governments and other institutions in the community. MASPEC and all its affiliates and members are one in helping our national and local government units with their policies and protocols during these difficult times. It is also our privilege to support the leadership of Honorable Lord ALLAN J.Q. Velasco as the House Speaker. With our representative in Congress, we hope to contribute furthering the noble cause of the cooperative movement. We are confident that with your support, we'll bring the attention and cooperation of our lawmakers to help cooperatives strengthen their place in society and the country, to bolster our contribution to the development of lives of Filipinos and the country. MASPEC remains faithful to its vision. All members enjoy a better quality of life, as we believe our government leaders will also assist us to make this dream a reality. We are grateful to the public and our national government in recognizing the vital social and economic impacts of the cooperative. Together, we can empower more. When we work together, we can take our nation to greater heights. Thank you. Nabuhay ang kilosang kooperatibong Filipino. Good morning.
Thank you. Well said, Ma'am Doris. Just a friendly reminder to all cooperators, we are also live streaming in United Cooperative Movement PH on Facebook. Please like and share this activity to all our members and our families as well. Moving forward, there is a need to brief our honored guests of what and who we are through a presentation of the state of cooperative movement in the country, including snippets of contributions made by cooperatives in the COVID-19 pandemic. May I call in the dynamic, active Cooperative Development Authority Chairperson, Yusik Orlan Ravanera.
Maraming salamat to our very amazing MC, Ma'am Luz Erenco. Isa pong taos-pusong pagbati sa lahat. My highest respect to the Honorable Speaker, Lord ALLAN J. Velasco. And congratulations, Mr. Speaker, as the new Speaker of the House of Representatives. The cooperative movement will fully support you in all your undertakings and endeavors. It is our great honor to touch base with you this morning, Honorable Speaker, because my family po is well-rooted in Marinduque. Kami po ay taga Malabon, Santa Cruz, kung saan ako po ay pinanganak. To our champion in Congress, to Congressman Sabiniano Ben Canama, Chairman of the House Committee on Cooperatives Development, the members of the committee, and of course to my good friend, to Chairperson of SACDECO, Mr. Alex Raquepo, and of course to Ms. Doris Calapis, Chair of MASPEC, and to all the cooperative leaders and representatives virtually present here with us today. Isang pinagpala at pinagpalayang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Let me begin my presentation by sharing with you this quote from a very famous Indian poet and philosopher, Rabindranath Tagore, on service, and I quote, "I slept and dreamed that life was joy. I awoke and saw that life was service. I acted, and behold, service was joy." As we all part of the cooperative movement, and as we all know it, service is not only provided to our members, but also to the communities, to our fellow men, and to our beloved country. It is part of the package deal that we get when we embark in our journey as members of the different cooperatives, where we get the opportunity to serve others, to touch hearts, and to transform the lives of the people that we serve. Cooperatives is one whose DNA is members-owned, value-based, philosophy-driven, and advancing sustainability and inclusive growth to erase social injustice and inequality and the other looming issues in society. It is the right path towards uplifting the lives of their members and the community. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to present to you the state of cooperatives in the Philippines. Currently, there are about 18,581 cooperatives across the country with some 11,600,000 members. There are 26 types of cooperatives that include the former combatants of the NPA, the MNLF, and the MILF, who have stopped armed struggle to win the war against poverty, inequities, and social injustice by harnessing the collective power of the people through cooperativism. Through cooperativism, those in the margins are empowered and are drawn into the mainstream of development processes. Cooperatives are also considered crucial in the nation's economy and generated around 513,000 jobs, direct job employment, and have indirectly generated some 2.5 million jobs. In fulfillment of its mandates to promote the viability and growth of cooperatives as instruments of equity, social justice, and economic development, the CDA forged partnership with the different government agencies, GOCCs, and GFIs to deliver a whole of government approach in coordination with the different organizations for the betterment of the cooperative movement in the country. Amidst the darkness and turbulence brought about by the COVID-19, the spirit of compassion shines through. The seventh principle, which is concern for the community, is being showcased by the thousands of cooperatives throughout the country. The cooperatives provided assistance to members as well as to non-members, to the communities, to the frontliners, to the local government units, and medical facilities. In total, the contribution of the cooperatives nationwide in support of the government's response in combating the effects of COVID-19 amounted to 5,431,161,356. Ganun po very amazing po talaga ang tulong ng mga kooperatiba. Would you believe that? More than 5 billion at that. And the amount doesn't stop as cooperatives continue to pool their resources to provide assistance to both members and non-members. Recently, a group of cooperatives also pooled in their resources amounting to 5,821,000 pesos to be donated to the Interagency Task Force on Emerging Infectious Diseases. Cooperativism is really considered as the great equalizer and the countervailing force against poverty and hunger, climate change, and violent extremism. And despite these challenges brought about by this crisis, cooperatives continue to remain resilient and responsive to the call of the times. This is solidified by the theme of this year's Co-op Month celebration. Cooperatives amidst the pandemic stand for resiliency, strive for sustainability. All told, the cooperatives nationwide are advancing the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals such as stop poverty, stop hunger, promote equity, social justice, protect the environment, promote peace, among others, following the theme transformative cooperatives for people, planet, prosperity, and peace. Indeed, a strong army can conquer a kingdom, but the strongest army in the world cannot stop an idea whose time has come. Indeed, cooperatives' time has come under your amazing leadership, Honorable Speaker. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay si Speaker Lord ALLAN VELASCO. Mabuhay po ang Samahang Kooperatiba. Mabuhay kayong lahat. Mabuhay.
Thank you very much, Yusek Rabanera. Truly, you have vividly walked through the state of the cooperative movement in the country, as well as our DNA of caring and sharing the cooperative way of life loud and clear. So we thank also our leaders for making this possible. We have now come to the most awaited part of this meeting. To introduce formally our honored guest, may I call on the chairperson of our one and only Credit National Cooperative Federation in the country, the Philippine Federation of Credit Cooperatives, or PFCCO. She is also the Dean of the College of Business Administration, Silliman University in Dumaguete City. Ladies and gentlemen, Attorney Gloria G. Fotalan.
Thank you, Ma'am Luz. Our distinguished guest speaker, the Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, Congressman Ben Canama, Yusek Orlando Rabanera of CDA, my fellow leaders and toilers of the Cooperative Vineyard, friends, good morning. It gives me great pleasure to congratulate our guest speaker today for a well-deserved position. We in the cooperative sector are confident that your assumption as Speaker of the House of Representatives is for the best of this country, whose people have seen and known what real change is all about. You have the support of the millions of cooperative members as we look forward to working closely with you to further strengthen and make the cooperatives respond to government initiatives geared at improving the lives of many. Indeed, my friends, I am deeply honored to be part of another milestone today for us in the cooperative movement as I introduce our guest speaker. Born on November 9, 1977, our guest speaker hails from Marinduque and represents its Lone District, first in 2010 and then in 2016 until the present. While his assumption to office as House Speaker is viewed by some as destiny, many see it as a manifestation of his courage to honor a commitment which speaks of the importance of one's integrity as a public servant. Our guest speaker was admitted to the bar in 2005 and subsequently served as the IBP Marinduque chapter president. a product of two highly reputable institutions of higher learning, namely the La Salle University for his business management degree and the University of Santo Tomas for his Bachelor of Laws. He was appointed provincial administrator in 2008, a position he well served until he filed his candidacy in 2009 to run and win the congressional seat of the Lone District of Marinduque. Our guest speaker is the son of retired Supreme Court Associate Justice and now Marinduque Governor Presbitero Velasco Jr. His happy union with Rowena Wen Amara produced 5 beautiful children, namely Sofia, Bella, Ramon, Sara, and Lord Jose Maria. Friends, let us welcome with a big round of virtual applause the man of the hour, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Lord ALLAN J. Quinto Velasco.
Good morning, and thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. Thank you, Congressman Ben Kanama, for the invitation and for gathering our member co-ops to this event. Before we begin, let me thank you all for your collective efforts in helping our government provide a swift and urgent response to the needs of our communities in this pandemic. Despite COVID-19 affecting all of us, the cooperative sector stepped up in assisting our neighbors and localities in coping with the lockdown. Farmer cooperatives were the first to donate rice and fresh produce to LGUs for distribution to frontliners. Transport co-ops helped provide transportation to frontliners and assisted in ensuring that the supply and distribution chains for essential and basic goods would not be broken. May mga co-op din tayo na nag-donate sa mga LGU at ibang organisasyon para magbigay ng financial assistance sa mga pamilyang lubhang apektado ng pandemya. At ang mga credit at multipurpose cooperatives na naghatid tulong sa ating mga kababayan. Mabuhay po kayong lahat. I am happy to report that the Act declaring the month of October as the National Cooperative Month in the entire country has been approved by both houses of Congress and is now for enrollment and submission to the President. And further, the proposed measure amending the Local Government Code mandating the appointment of a cooperatives development officer in all provinces, cities, and towns all over the country was already approved by the House of Representatives last March. Rest assured that we, in the House of Representatives, will work closely with our Senate counterparts and the Executive Department until those measures becomes laws. I am a former provincial administrator myself, and I know for a fact how cooperatives create an impact on local economic development and at the same time encourage social participation in our communities. As all of you know and practice, cooperativism epitomizes the ideals of democracy. Whether you are office professionals, farmers, homemakers, common tao, kahit sino ang pwedeng maging kasapi ng mga co-op. Bilang kasapi, kamay-ari, at tagapagtaguyod ng ating organisasyon, na ipapakita po natin ang napakahusay na ehemplo ng tunay na bayanihan sa ating mga kapitbahay, kababayan, at kalalawigan. To keep a cooperative afloat and active is a challenge I am sure you all have faced. To keep your cooperatives going, strong in spite of daunting challenges like this pandemic could, I believe, be your greatest hurdle yet. Despite these challenges, I have faith that the spirit of cooperativism is alive and well in each of you. As leaders, co-owners, and members of your own cooperatives, and as the stalwarts of your communities. Hindi biro ang mga hamon at balakid sa panahon ng pandemyang ito. Sana ay patuloy lamang tayo sa ating pagpupursigi Huwag po nating kalimutan, ang tunay na lakas ng co-op ay nasa ating pagkakaisa. In unity, we have strength. In unity, we can best help each other. Handa po tayong makinig sa mga suhestyon at panukala ng inyong sektor. Maraming salamat po kay Chairman Ben at sa inyong lahat sa paanyayang ito. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat.
Thank you so much, Speaker Velasco. Now, I cannot speak because when the heart is full, the mouth cannot speak. So may I call in now Congressman Sabiniano Canama to move forward with the meeting. Kong Ben? Kong Ben? Hello, Kong Ben? That was indeed a very remarkable, eloquent message for all of us. He feels the way we feel. He appreciates us. So what else do we need from the speaker? By sharing his time with us, for sure, to me, that is already a bond sown between the cooperatives and the House. I hope that this tiny mustard seed sown today will become a sturdy tree where fruits can be shared for all. Once
Okay.
again, Kong Ben, are you in already?
Thank you so much, Ma'am Los.
Okay, thank you.
After that, as part of our forum with our dear speaker, we now allow some representatives of the cooperative sector to express their sentiments or manifestations. The first, may I call in the Board of Director of San Dionisio Credit Cooperative, a distinguished leader in the field of cooperativism, the pride and the chairperson of the Philippine Cooperative Center, known as the PCC. Please welcome Dr. Garibaldi O. Leonardo.
Thank you, Kong Ben. Magandang umaga, Speaker Lord ALLAN Velasco. Sa ngalan po ng Philippine Cooperative Center at ng sektor ng kooperatiba, I wish to congratulate you for your having assumed the highest post in the House of Representatives. We wish to thank you as well, being the foremost representative of the lower house, for the passage of the bill declaring October of every year as National Cooperative Month. This bill, as you may very well know, was initiated by Congressman Ben Canama, together with Senator Migs Zubiri, the respective chairs of the Committee on Cooperatives, here at the House and in the Senate. We are elated by this development because this will be the first ever declaration on paper of the annual nationwide observance of National Cooperative Month. In the same token, we are very much delighted that in Bayanihan Act 2, cooperatives have now been expressly included and expressly distinct at that from the medium, small, and micro enterprises or MSMEs. Such expressed inclusion of cooperatives is not only as beneficiaries of the government's stimulus package, but more importantly, as direct partners and conduits of the government in its various economic assistance and recovery programs. Actually, in the ARISE bill of the House, which is an acronym for Accelerated Recovery and Investments Stimulus for the Economy, we already noted from the draft of this bill that cooperatives have already been included in the definition of terms and expressly distinct from MSMEs. Actions such as this coming from our legislators as well as from our government agencies do instill among our cooperatives a sense of pride and fulfillment, Mr. Speaker. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank you for expediting the submission of the national budget to the Senate in order to fast-track its approval by the President. At this juncture, I wish to apprise you on two laws that are close to the hearts of cooperatives. The first is the recently passed Republic Act 11364 that seeks to strengthen and reorganize the Cooperative Development Authority, or CDA. We gathered from our friends at CDA that the implementing rules and regulations, or IRR, have already been printed at the official gazette and will be out today. We are both positive and hopeful about the letter and intent of this law. Why do I say positive? Because it speaks about strengthening the partnership among CDA, the cooperative sector, the academe, and all the other stakeholders as regards the development of cooperatives. And why do I say hopeful? Because to us, the real essence of partnership lies in getting all these different stakeholders continually engaged and involved. At the same time, by the very declaration of policy in RA 11364 itself about the state not interfering with the affairs of cooperatives, we are very hopeful that the cooperative principle of autonomy and independence that has so defined cooperatives worldwide will be honored as we jointly track the development course for Philippine cooperatives. The other piece of legislature concerns Republic Act 9520, otherwise known as the Philippine Cooperative Code of 2008, which is authored by Senator Miggs. By way of giving you a heads up, Mr. Speaker, the cooperative sector has begun crafting certain amendments to the said law in order to keep it attuned to the present times. A case in point would be the possible lifting of the cap on the General Reserve Fund, or GRF, of a cooperative which is presently at 10 million. We would much desire that there be no ceiling at all on the GRF for purposes of tax exemption. Another would be the possible extension in the use of a cooperative's Community Development Fund, or CDF, beyond its present sphere of operations. This, we feel, would give more flexibility for, say, larger cooperatives to help less fortunate cooperative communities even outside their sphere of operations. By so doing, they further extend the living out of two other cooperative principles: concern for community and cooperation among cooperatives. We look forward to meeting with you again to discuss further all pertinent details of the cooperative sector's different proposals. In closing, we wish to assure you of our unequivocal support as we look forward also to a continuing partnership between the cooperative sector and the House of Representatives under your leadership. Muli, ay congratulations po, Mr. Speaker, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, Dr. Garibaldi O. Leonardo, the chairperson of the Philippine Cooperative Center, at the same time, member of the board of directors of our very strong partner, San Dionisio Credit Cooperative in Parañaque. To give the next manifestation, may I call in the Vice Chairperson of Bank Co-op and the Vice Chairperson of Metro South Cooperators. Please welcome Attorney Michael Borigas. Attorney Michael Borigas.
Sa ating bagong technology or platform, kaya hindi pa po nakaka-join sa ating classroom at hindi pa rin nakanood yung video.
Okay, good morning, Sir Kong Ben. Good morning to the rest. Actually, medyo nalayla ko ng konti at ako po ay speaker ng Land Bank as of the moment.
Sige, sir.
Yeah, okay. However, good morning to the rest of the group cooperative and to our honorable speaker. Let me just give a reply in relation to this. The Philippines is a cooperative leader in Asia Pacific and is known to have played an important role from the early 20th century. Today, the past decade having been an impressive growth in their numbers, and recently there has been a usage memberships in the increase from 7 million actually to 14 millions during the period from 2009 to 2017. When this compared to the total Philippine populations estimated as 2017 at 104 million individuals, 14 million co-op members today means that 13% of the total populations of the country are members of the cooperative. Dear Speaker, the power latent within the cooperatives comes from their focus on both social and economic outcomes for the members driven by the priorities of these members. This cooperative difference together with their adherence to a common set of principles, which include the democratic control and participation, suggest enormous power of aggregations as well as the scalability of the cooperatives. Scholars actually research are also increasing, noting that the power of cooperatives to internalize market externalities, serve as laboratories for social innovations, advocate social entrepreneurship, and promote ethical business practices. Dear Speaker, cooperative can be a key, as we believe here in the cooperative movement, can be a key to a strategic focus to achieve the Philippine development goals that will achieve its ambitions 19-20-40. Not intended to be exhaustive, the following suggestions indicate some potential ways in which the cooperative could play an even more robust role in the realizations of the ambitions 19-20-40. Dear Speaker, build a platform for greater financial inclusions and poverty alleviations can be the help of the cooperative, as well as to strengthen the social contributions of cooperative and to strengthen women's participations in the labor force, lessen the gender pay gap through cooperatives. The cooperatives, as far as we believe, also will help us to explore further possibilities for cooperative a strategic approach to poverty alleviations and strengthening the overall cooperative sector and its performance, exploring the potentials. Dear cooperative, dear Speaker, we believe that in the power of cooperativism, and we believe that the cooperative movement in the Philippines will really help us in this scenario. In moving forward, we are in support of you and the rest of the leaders in moving and leading the country. Maraming salamat po. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat.
Yes, thank you so much, Attorney Michael Borigas, our representative from the bank cooperative sector. We move on to the next to give another message and manifestation. A member of the board of directors of the National Consolidated Cooperative Bank, NCCB, and the chief executive officer of the National Confederation of Cooperatives Network. My idol, my friend from Bukidnon, Mindanao. Please welcome Engineer Sylvia Ibing Okinlay Paraguya.
Much, Kong Kanama, for the introduction. Fellow cooperators, Kong Kanama and Mr. Speaker, good morning. Magandang umaga. Wassalamualaikum. Mayada sa salam. First, Mr. Speaker, we congratulate you on the integrity of the August Chamber. You have done this by doing the right thing legitimately. You have assumed the position when we are going through the experience of a global pandemic and one of the worst in our history. You will lead the chamber as we go through this transformation journey where game-changing leadership will be imperative in the survival of the Philippine Republic. Indeed, I am privileged and honored to have been selected to respond to your speaker, Lord Velasco. I love history, milestones, and firsts. Today becomes the first in cooperative history that the cooperative sector is given the chance for a close encounter with the speaker, fresh from his assumption of office, albeit virtually. Recognizing the contribution of cooperatives to local economic development, and especially at this time of pandemic. Second, as a federation, we are a federation with 845 member co-ops in the country, with 5.8 million individual members and consolidated 175 billion pesos. Our mission is to build the socio-economic capabilities of cooperatives for the improvement in the quality of life of the people. Education, training, consultancy, information technology, in financial intermediation, and even in the payment platform and remittance services. We'd like to share with you that since 2014, NATCO has been distributing CCT in selected areas. In fact, we distribute the CCT in partnership with a church-based cooperative. We also partnered with one of the cooperatives in your province, Tanikala, sa pagkakaisa, multi-purpose cooperative. This is a small cooperative, but they have no borrowings with us at this moment, and they have been profitable. We also do work in stabilization fund system to make sure that co-ops adhere to certain standards. I am sharing with you, NATCO. I am also sharing the basics movements. I am sharing the fact that federations and unions are essential structures in strong cooperative movement and sector. There is a need for cooperatives to be affiliated. Cooperatives need to work together so they are able to benefit from shared services and economies of scale. Mr. Speaker, there can be many programs for cooperatives. Government agencies can promote their programs. Local government units may also do their are better done in partnership with the federations and unions as much as possible, because in the end, the federations and unions' role is to capacitate the cooperatives. The role of the primaries is to serve their members. The role of the federation is to help build the primaries. Yes, the primaries can volunteer sometime to help other cooperatives, but that is not their primary. Capacity building and accompaniment of cooperatives managed by Congben Canama, the Lorenzo Tan Multipurpose Co-op. Way back in 2000, we the office of the co-op of Congben. At the time, he was trying to turn around his co-op. One visited his co-op. It was almost dying. He served coffee with biscuits. I was then with the Mindanao Federation, MASPEC. Congben bought foam where we can sleep in the office. We did business planning. The bookkeepers came for monthly training. Congben Canama was successful. From being a medium-sized co-op in 2000 with one office, they have total asset of 189 million in 2011. And now, Lorenzo Tan is a 1.9 billion cooperative with 22 branches. Mr. Speaker, the Committee on Cooperatives in the House is in good hands because our congressman brings with him the passion, competence, and experience in cooperatives in bringing us together towards a unified cooperative movement. The same unity you mentioned necessary to move forward. Mr. Speaker, there are several stories on how cooperatives have transformed with good support from federations. There are several stories of how individual lives have improved. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, good hands because of the depth of your understanding of the cooperatives. We would like to partner with you, Mr. Speaker, in our continuing work to help strengthen the cooperatives. We would like to partner with you in continuing the work in improving the lives of the Filipinos. Along these lines, we will support you, Mr. Speaker. We wish you the best in your big work as the Speaker of the House. I am sure you will soon be swamped with invitations, but let me have the privilege to already invite you as our speaker in the NATCO General Assembly in 2021. At ngayon, Mr. Speaker, mapakanta tuloy ako. I hope it is okay with you. Teka muna ha. My sweet Lord, we wanna see you, Lord, but it takes so long, my Lord. Mr. Speaker, now it has become my wish, and mostly of the cooperators, to see you after COVID. God bless.
Wow! Virtual applause po kay Ma'am Ibing. No? May kanta pa. Thank you so much. It's my great honor, Ma'am Ibing, for mentioning Lorenzo Tan Multipurpose Cooperative. Thank you so much. Next to present his message and manifestation, a very strong leader from Mindanao, particularly member of the Tagum Cooperative, of the Board of Directors of Tagum Cooperative, a member of the COP-NATCO Party List representing NATCO Federation. Please welcome Director Antonio Arañas.
Okay, thank you, Congressman Ben Kanama. Good morning, everyone joining this virtual forum with our good speaker. At the outset, allow me to extend our profound greetings to Congressman Lord ALLAN J. Quinto Velasco Marindoque for his recent election as Speaker of the House of Representatives of the 18th Congress. The co-op NATCO party list and the entire cooperative sector of the country is one and in unison in declaring our unflinching support and full cooperation to our good and distinguished Speaker of the House for all the plans, programs, and projects that he and his office will undertake for the benefit and general welfare of the Filipino people and our country. I will now proceed with the party's cooperative initiatives. It should be noteworthy to report to the good speaker that early on, our party list, the co-op NATCO party list, has started the groundwork for transforming our party and the cooperative sector as a whole to be a dynamic, relevant, and productive sector of our society in terms of partnering with the government in its noble pursuit of nation building. There are now created various party working committees composed of cooperative leaders of the party coming from the different regions of the country, joined in and supported by other confederations, unions, cooperative banks, National Cooperative Development Council, cooperative development councils of the different local government units in the country, and the rest of the stakeholders of the sector. The very purpose why these working committees were formed was precisely to serve as coordinating bodies and resource persons upon which the House Committee on Co-ops Development can engage in or discuss with on the multifarious issues relating to cooperative operations nationwide. In fact, for the last several months this year, the Office of the House Committee on Cooperative Development has launched a marathon virtual forum or meetings, paving the way for several cabinet or department secretaries to interface and engage with the party leaders and the cooperative sector in discussing and resolving all kinds of issues confronting cooperatives like taxation, access to fund source, and the government transportation modernization program, agricultural concerns faced by farmers, and a lot more. And the result of these interactions with the various government departments or institutions have brought a better understanding and clarity whereby government and the co-op sector partnership can be put to a more doable, sustainable, and smoother implementation on the ground. Just last October 22, we have a very successful event dubbed as a Day with the President, wherein about 2,000 co-op leaders or stakeholders have participated or have logged in our Zoom Facebook Live, and YouTube accounts, with no less President Rodrigo Rua Duterte has recognized the cooperative sector and expressed his thanks for the contribution and help worth over 5 billion pesos extended to our people and the community in this time of COVID-19 pandemic. Also, some senators like Senators Christopher Lawrence Bongo, our champion in the Senate, Miguel Mixoberi, and other high government officials have also spoken about their appreciation and the various programs and services toward the development of cooperatives in the country. Further, the passage of two bills, the bills declaring every October of each year as the National Cooperative Month and the calling for a mandatory creation of the Cooperatives Development Officer and HLGO has been the passionate agenda, and we consistently post for these two bills to become a law in order to promote and strengthen cooperative programs and services in the countryside. All these initiatives and legislative works have come into fruition only because of the dynamism, selfless dedication, and servant leadership displayed by no less than our very own Party List Congressman Sabiniano Ben Sibandal Kanama. I know that Congressman Ben, as we fondly called him, is not comfortable in praising him in public on a forum like this because he is a very humble fellow and a low-profile individual and prefers to be just working silently or be in the background. But one cannot help expressing to all and sundry that not a single congressman ever elected in this real Party List since its humble beginnings more than 3 decades ago that has ever pushed this initiative or legislative works except Congressman Ben, which greatly motivated and caused other confederations, unions, co-op banks, and the rest of the stakeholders of the co-op sector to unite, be treated and heard as one sector, a dream that we have been longing for a very long time. At this juncture, therefore, Mr. Speaker, and to give credit to where credit is due, I would like to request all my colleagues in the party and the cooperative sector to join me in giving a big hand to Congressman Ben for his sterling accomplishments or for a job very well done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Director Tony Aranyas. I am very touched of your manifestation. It's an honor and great privilege to receive that kind of remarks from our leaders. Thank you so much. This is the first first round of manifestations. So we will have the second round. But before the next, we would like to listen to the person who is sent, pinadala po ni Speaker, Speaker Lord ALLAN VELASCO, kasi this man is very familiar to the cooperative sector, being a background on co-ops, a former chairperson of a cooperative in Marikina, Noritaki Employees Multipurpose Cooperative. And more than that, he has a passion, yung feeling talaga niya for the cooperatives. That is why he's the one being sent to represent for a message. Please welcome Attorney Arnel Abilida from the office of Speaker Lord ALLAN VELASCO. Sir?
Magandang umaga po sa lahat. Magandang umaga po, Congressman Ben Kanama. Magandang umaga po sa kay Yusek Orlando Rabanera ng CDA. Magandang umaga po sa PCC Chair kay Sir Gary Leonardo. Magandang umaga po kay Attorney Michael Borigas ng Bangko Op. kay Engineer Sylvia Paraguya, napakaganda ng message niyo po, na yung CEO NATCO, at kay Sir Tony ng Kagum Cooperative. Actually, nandito po ako ngayon kasi hindi po makakapag-attend po, makakapag-stay po si
Bakit pa nagawa ba?
Naririnig po? Narinig ko ba? Okay. Hindi po,
Yes, okay
okay.
lang.
Pasensya po, medyo maingay po sa likod ko po kasi may nagda-jackhammer po dito sa Congress.
Okay lang.
So medyo may konting ingay, pasensya na po, pero iklian ko na lang po yung aking mensahe. Ako po yung pinadala ni Speaker po sapagkat meron din po tayong humble background po sa cooperative. Sa totoo lang nga po, ayaw ko pa sanang magsalita ngayon because I'm just here to represent him, take notes of your concerns, and report back to him. Pero parang disservice na rin po sa mga dati po nating kasamahan sa kooperatiba bago po tayo nag-abuga siya. Naging factory worker po tayo at nagtrabaho po tayo at nagtatag po tayo ng mga kooperatiba sa Marikina. Kaya po, kumbaga, ang mga natutunan ko rin po ay galing din po sa mga leaders ng cooperative na nakasalamuha ko po. Kayo po yung utang ko po yung leadership skills ko sa inyo. So parang hindi ko po kaya na hindi po na lang po magsalita kung hindi po kahit man lang maikling pasasalamat. Ito pong mga nabanggit po ninyo mula po dun sa state po ng cooperative ay well noted po at ire-report po natin yan sa ating speaker. Si speaker po kasi ay malapit din ang puso po sa ating mga cooperators at alam po natin na andyan po yung puso niya at makikinig po sa inyo. Yung pong sinasabi naman po ni CDA, ni PCC Chair Leonardo, napaka-familiar po sa akin, pati po yung painting po sa likod niya dahil nagpupunta po tayo dati dyan nung dinadraft pa lang po yung IRR po ng 2008 Cooperative Code. Ngayon po na magkakaroon po ng amendment, sinasabi niyo po, ay makaasa po kayo na yung pong proposal po ninyo ay makakaabot po sa ating speaker. Ganyan din naman po sa mga manifestations po ng mga ibang co-op leader natin ngayon. Well noted po at makakarating po yan sa ating speaker. Makaasa po kayo na ang puso ng speaker ay nasa tao po, nasa kooperatiba at para po ang nakikisa po siya ngayong Cooperative Month sa inyo pong lahat. Happy Cooperative Month po at maraming pong salamat sa inyong lahat.
Thank you so much for a very nice message from the Office of Speaker Velasco. Attorney Arnel Abilida. Sir, we are very happy na sinabi mo yung very good background po mo sa kooperatiba. We are very happy na kasama ka sa Office ni Speaker. So ngayon, alam na namin, mayroon na kaming magtulong sa amin, no? Sa mga cooperative concerns kasi maganda po yung background mo sa cooperative movement. Thank you po, Attorney Arnel Abilida. Okay. Nandito na po tayo sa second round. We will now allow representatives from the various groups to present their statements, messages, and manifestations. Wala po tayong Q&A, wala po tayong question and answer. Wala po tayong open forum. Ang gagawin na lang natin, katulad yung ginawa kanina, just state your message, your manifestations, and if okay rin si Attorney Abilida, he can come back later for some messages again. Okay? Can we request the representative of the cooperative sector from the NAPSI, National Anti-Poverty Commission? If okay po, si Sir Prony from Mindanao. Are you here, Sir Prony? Kanina, nandito po siya. Okay?
Hello, good morning po, Kong. Si Sir Prony po is having a problem with his laptop right now. He's trying po, but he's trying to...
Can you deliver a message in behalf of NAPSI kasi nandoon po kayo kasama po kayo sa office. Ma'am?
Sir, I'm from the Model Cooperative Network po.
Okay rin. From the Model Cooperative Network, kahit 1 or 2 minutes message. Please go ahead. Okay.
Yes po.
Sige, ma'am.
Yes. Good morning to everyone po and to the speaker. Thank you so much for your support to the cooperative sector. We hope po that we continue working hand in hand po together with all the co-op leaders in the country so that the cooperative also can help uplift the economy of the country. I'm sure po ang dami pong mga na-contribute na po ng cooperative sector. So, working hand in hand with the government will surely go a long way po para po masuportahan ang economy ng ating country. That's all po. Thank you so much, Congressman Ben.
Ma'am?
Yes po.
Very briefly, can you introduce ano yung MCN para naman makilala kayo ni Attorney Abilida? Kasi po, he will be reporting directly to the speaker. Ano po yung MCN? Fast lang po, 1 minute. Ano yon?
Yes po, the Model Cooperative. I'm gonna take this one. Okay po. Yes po, the Model Cooperative Network po is a federation of focused branded cooperative po based in Davao City. We also have our member cooperatives in the different parts of the country. Our aim po is to help cooperatives po to become safe, sound, and sustainable co-op po. And the members of the cooperative to become to have this good cooperatives kung saan sila pwede maging member. Yun po yung vision ng MCN po as
Thank you
a
po, ma'am.
federation.
Ma'am, we in Lorenzotan Multipurpose Cooperative, we are also happy to be a former member of the MCN. Kaso lang hindi na po kami active. I think si Ma'am Luz din, yung co-op niya, former member ng MCN, yung mga focus branded na mga cooperatives. Di ba?
Yes, we are. Yes.
Thank you. Congratulations po sa MCN. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much din po ko.
Kung dito pa ang representative ng Norlo Sidik. Norlo Sidik, kanina dito po si Paing Gayuso. Sir, can you give any statement? Anybody
Good
from
morning. Good morning, Kong. Our guest speaker of the House of Representatives, Attorney Lord ALLAN J. Quinto Velasco. My congratulations, Mr. Speaker, for being unanimously elected as the Speaker of the 18th Congress, the Chairperson of the Development Committee in the House of Representatives, our good friend, Congressperson Sabiniano Kanama, staunch supporter of the cooperative movement by organizing virtual consultation conferences and acting as the bridge for the cooperative sector with the government instrumentalities and the legislative branch, especially this momentous event and opportunity of having a consultation conference with the Speaker of the House of Representatives, which I believe the first time in the history of cooperative. For this, I am very much excited and honored to make a response to the message of our Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Velasco. I can just imagine how the good speaker gave priority to meet us cooperators over the other important matters in Congress. That is how he valued our sector, and of course, the invitation of Congressman Kanama. The other chairpersons or congresspersons who are with us in this virtual consultation, our dynamic CDA Chairperson of Yosek Orlando R. Banera, our CDA Administrator in Reserve Navy Commander, Mr. Ray Elibaso, my colleagues in the co-op movement, and all cooperative leaders nationwide who are participating in this virtual consultation. Good morning, naimbag nga agsapat tayo amin. Mr. Speaker, that's the Ilocano of good morning. I have two manifestations, Mr. Speaker, all the way from the Cordillera Administrative Region. But first of all, I would also follow what MCN did to briefly inform our federation called NORLSEDEC, which stands for Northern Luzon Federation of Cooperatives and Development Center. For the information of the good speaker, our federation was organized by the Vicariate of Montañosa, now Diocese of Baguio Benguet, through the CICM congregation in the early 1970s, and formally registered with the Security and Exchange Commission in 1975. We gained our registration with the Bureau of Cooperatives Development, or BCOD, in 1987 as katipunan ng mga kilusang bayan. That's the English term for the Federation of Cooperatives. Kaya yung credit co-ops, ang Tagalog naman ay kilusang bayan ng mangungutang. And we were re-registered in 1990 under the Republic Act 6939, otherwise known as the Cooperative Development Authority, which was superseded by the new law now, Republic Act 11364, or the CDA Charter of 2019. NORLSEDEC has been facilitating cooperative development processes like financial intermediation, training and consultancy, in other forms of development intervention to cooperatives in Luzon in partnership with the government and civil society organizations. Maraming development initiatives mentioned by the previous speakers who are cooperative leaders, especially this pandemic period. First manifestation, Mr. Speaker, this humble representation would like to manifest that under your leadership in the lower house to continue legislate enabling laws for cooperatives, for cooperative development, because, Mr. Speaker, these cooperatives are the silent partners in development of the national line agencies and the local government units in particular. I say this, Mr. Speaker, because if you go to a municipality in the country, I believe Kong Kanama will attest to this, where there is a viable cooperative, and if you go to the office of the mayor, you will not see a line of persons or queue asking for providential assistance from the office of the municipal mayor. Why? Because, Mr. Speaker, the cooperative has provided these people their providential needs. In effect, and to some extent, Mr. Speaker, cooperatives are the extension of the local government units. Second, Mr. Speaker, I would like to take this rare opportunity as a Cordillerans cooperator and member of the Regional Development Council, CAR, would like to manifest for your full support to the House Bill number 5687, authored by the 7 representatives, Honorable Joseph B. Bernos of Abra, Honorable Elias C. Bulot Jr. of Apayao, the late Congressman Nestor B. Pongwan of Benguet, now being acted by the ACT CIS, Honorable Eric Goyap as caretaker, Honorable Mark Go of Baguio City, and Honorable Allen J.C. Mangawang of Kalinga. This bill is an act of establishing the autonomous region of Cordillera. Mr. Speaker, the quest for autonomy continues as many areas in the Cordilleras remain underdeveloped. Mr. Speaker, we envision autonomy shall serve as the foundation upon which the people of Cordillera shall be empowered to pursue sustainable and inclusive growth through the management of our natural resources, protection and development of ancestral lands, and the promotion of the rights and culture of the indigenous people of the Cordillera. Mr. Speaker, it is through its progress and growth as an autonomous political entity that the Cordillerans can tap its potentials and contribute to national success. Lastly, in behalf of the 600 warm bodies and cooperators of the 140 affiliates of NORLUSEDEC in Northern Luzon, including the official dam and management staff of NORLUSEDEC, I again congratulate you, Mr. Speaker, for being unanimously elected as the Speaker of the 18th Congress. You have assumed office of the speakership in October 12, 2020, and 12 days from now, you will soon be celebrating your 43rd birthday. Mr. Speaker, please accept my humble greetings of advance happy birthday. Happy Cooperative Month to everyone. Maraming salamat po.
Wow, kompleto. Yes, Sir Paing, kompleto yung message mo. Naunahan mo ako pag-greet ni Speaker. Yung,
thank you, Kong Kanama.
Thank you. Tapos, aside from the cooperative sector, dinala po mo rin ang sektor ng inyong region. Mabuhay po kayo. Sir, thank you so much.
Salamat po.
Okay. Now, we would like to request a message, no, from the regional directors of the CDA. No, I am very happy to present to you my very good friend, the regional director of CDA Region 3. Kung kaya po sa connection niya, please welcome Regional Director, Ma'am Mayit Huang. Ma'am, is it okay? Kaya ba sa connection mo? Regional Director of the CDA Region 3. Hello. Nag-workout pa? Balikan ka lang ng ma'am. Kasi nag-text po siya, hirap daw ang signal. Baka mobiling. Hello, Director? Okay. Sige. Do we have a representative from the Union of Metro Manila Cooperatives? So that po, you will be recognized by the office of the speaker. Tingnan mo si Attorney Abilida. Malakas po siya nag-take note. Sino-sino po ang nagsalita. Ano po ang mga issues and concerns. Ganyan, lahat na misay. Anybody? Para mabigyan po kayo ng pagkakataon, we are calling all the sectors po. From, ano pangalan yung MMC, yung Union of Metro Manila Cooperatives. Anong pangalan niyo, Sir Bodoy? Yung grupo sa Metro Manila? Parang nag-roll call po tayo kasi hindi po sila lahat natin ma-accommodate. Sir, ikaw, Sir Bodoy, di ka ba yung kasama sa Metro Manila? Sir Bodoy de la Cruz? Okay. In behalf po sa Metro Manila, can we request our Vice President of the Co-NATCO party list to give his message and manifestation representing the group of Metro Manila Cooperatives. Please welcome Sir De La Cruz. Sir? I-unmute, sir. Hindi natin alam paano. I-unmute. Okay. Yan, sir.
Hello, good morning, Kong Ben. Good morning, Speaker Lord Alan J. Velasco. In behalf of Union of Metro Manila Cooperatives, we are, kami po ay nagpapasalamat dahil po sa umagang ito ay kapaunlakan niyo po ang aming pagtitipon ng lahat ng mga federations and unions in all cooperative forum. Asahan niyo po na ang suporta ng union sa buong metro, hindi lang sa buong Metro Manila, kundi sa entire Philippines ay susuporta po sa inyo at nawa ay bigyan pa ng pagkakataon na magtulungan hand in hand para po sa ikabubuti ng mga cooperative sector dito po sa atin sa Pilipinas. Muli po, magandang umaga po sa atin lahat.
Okay, thank you so much. That was Sir Renato de la Cruz, aka Budoy. I think he's also the chairperson of San Dionisio Credit Cooperative, and is speaking in behalf of the Metro Manila Cooperatives. Okay? So we're just trying to give space, no, para sa lahat ng mga kasama natin sa cooperative movement. Dito po ba ang NCDC para ma-recognize din kayo ni Speaker? Ano yung NCDC? National Cooperative Development Council. Okay, National Cooperative Development Council. Any representative po? Baka si Engineer Tabasa, si Ma'am Lucy. Please go ahead. Anybody from the NCDC?
Akala ko hindi po aware na tinatawag po.
Hindi ko talaga alam. Hindi ako nakikimit na ano. Kaya lang
dito na si Ma'am Marita Wang. Ma'am, sige. Ikaw nang mauna.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
May I introduce you again. The most beautiful, yung pinaka-best friend kong regional director na babae dito sa Region 3. Ma'am Marita Wang. For her message and manifestation. Ma'am, please proceed.
Okay, thank you po, Congressman. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat, sa mga co-op leaders na kasama natin ngayon. Siyempre po, ang ating guest speaker for today, pong iginagalang na House Speaker, si Speaker Velasco. Magandang umaga po, sir. At sa mga kasamahan ko po sa CDA na nandito rin ngayon, magandang umaga co-op sector. Sa amin kasi po dito sa Region 3, pag bumati kami, laging may kasunod na magandang buhay. Kasi alam natin, magandang buhay ang dala ng kooperatiba sa atin. Kami po sa CDA, kinakatawan ko po ang mga regional directors na kasalukuyan po ay lo-launch din ng produkto na makakapagserbisyo sa mga kooperatiba. Natutuwa po kami sa mga ganitong pagkakataon na pinangungunahan po ng ating Congressman Sabiniano Canama na tayo po ay nagkakasama-sama, nagkakausap-usap sa mga ganitong pagkakataon at meron pa tayong direktang impormasyon na makukuha sa atin pong pinakamamahal na guest speaker. Para sa amin po, ito pong ganitong mga gawain ay malaki ang maitutulong kasi alam nyo naman po, ang CDA, kami po ay nakahandang magserbisyo bagamat kinukulang po kami sa tao, no? Dahil konti pa lang po kami sa ngayon, soon dadami po kami. Ang hirap po magpahatid ng impormasyon sa ating mga officers at sa mga cooperative. Pero ang mga ganitong pagtitipon po, nakakatulong po ito sa amin para po maipahatid namin ang mahalagang impormasyon may kinalaman sa kilusang kooperatiba. Ganon din, natutuwa po kami dahil yung pagpapatawag po at pagpapaunlak ng ating care na makasama po natin ngayong umagang to, ang ibig lang pong sabihin, kinikilala niya po ang kilusang kooperatiba, nasa likod po natin siya at malamang po kung ano man po ang concern na meron tayo na kailangang ipahatid natin sa Kongreso, hindi po tayo mahihirapan dahil kaisa po natin mismo ang speaker ng House. Ayan. At ganun din po, no? Dahil ito po ay cooperative month, nakakatuwa, napaka-aktibo at talagang buhay na buhay ang cooperative movement sa atin ngayon. Katunayan po, parang hindi na tayo nagpapahinga. Parang araw-araw may activity po tayo, parang araw-araw may event. Pero lahat pong event na yon, lahat ng pagtitipon na yon, malaki po ang kinalaman sa pag-unlad ng ating kooperatiba ng kilusan. Kaya sa ngalan po ng CDA at ng mga kasamahan ko po ng mga regional directors, ako po ay natutuwa at nabibigyan tayo ng pagkakataon makadaupang palad kahit virtual lang ang lahat ng co-op leaders natin sa buong bansa. Sana po pagpatuloy natin ito, yung pagpapalitan natin ng mga opinion, mga suggestion para po makatulong sa ating lahat, hindi lamang sa gobyerno, ganun din po lalo sa mga kooperatiba at sa mga kasapi nito. Isa lang po ang ano ko ngayon, ang huling hiling ko, parang ganun dito po sa ating speaker. Sana po sa pagkakataon ito, kasama po ang buong Kongreso, matulungan nyo na talaga ang CDA na aside dun sa aming reorganization na na-approve yung 11364 at ngayong araw na to, binabalita ko po, ngayon po magte-take effect yung implementing rules and regulation ng RA 11364. Ngayon ang first day, sana po pagtulong-tulungan natin magampanan ng tama ang lahat ng sinasaad ng batas kasi karamihan po doon ay tungkulin ng CDA o yung sinasabi nating function ng CDA. Hindi po namin ito magagawa kung wala kaming support. Galing po sa Kongreso, sa pangunguna ng ating speaker at syempre po yung committee ng cooperative sa House at saka po sa Senate. Both. Kailangan namin ng suporta nila para maipatupad po namin ng maayos yung bagong batas na ngayon nga po ay kalalabas lamang at mag-take effect na po. Epektibo ang kanyang implementing rules and regulation sa ngayon. So, yun po yung kailangan naming tulong at sana, sabi ko nga, in connection sa reorganization, yung pagdami ng aming tao, yung paglaki ng budget ng CDA, sana po pagtulungan natin kasi napakarami pong function na ibinigay ang bagong batas, hindi po namin to kakayanin kung wala yung support na nabanggit ko kanina. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Thank you po, Ang Ben.
Yeah, thank you so much. Director Mayit, no? Nakita ko, si Attorney Abilida, busy-busy, hindi na siya uminom sa kape. Lahat na binasa mo sa message mo, lahat sinulat po niya. Baka mamaya tawagan ka niya. Ang dami mong mga concerns. Anyway, thank you so much. Now, we would like to listen a message and manifestation. Isang malaking kasamahan natin sa sektor, yung insurance. Please welcome yung pinakamalaking ng insurance sa cooperative sector, Climbs. We have here the CEO of Climbs, Sir Raboy. Sir?
Good morning, Kung Ben, our passionate leader of the cooperative sa representative natin sa Co-op NATCO sa Congress at saka congratulations po sa ating Speaker of the House, si Speaker VELASCO. Our support po sa cooperative, sa Climbs namin, we have around 4,000 cooperatives. We are supporting po sa speakership ni Speaker VELASCO. At the same time also, we are asking also the support of Speaker VELASCO na i-retain natin sa speakership yung pinaka-aktibo natin na congressman si Kung Ben Kanama. Kami po sa Climbs, taos-puso po kami, nagsuporta kami sa mga advocacies sa ating nag-iisang congressman sa cooperative sector, very consultative at saka yung passionate at saka galing talaga sa cooperative sector. So salamat po in behalf of our board of directors ng Climbs at saka top management ng Climbs. Taos-puso po kami nagpasalamat na nasama po kami dito sa isang usaping para sa kabutihan sa cooperative movement. Mabuhay po ang kooperatiba at sa lahat ng mga owners ng Climbs with 4,000 co-op members insured po sa atin. We are pushing also that yung insurance ng kooperatiba ma-reach natin in the next 5 years, 2024, in that year 2024, ma-reach natin yung 4 million lives insured dito sa ating cooperative network. Salamat po, Kong Ben.
Thank you so much. Next, mayroon pa bang representative galing sa transport? Anybody from the transport sector? It would be the second to the last. Then we will go back to Attorney Abilida. Engineer Masano? Yeah? Sir? Wala. Okay, last call po sa transport sector.
Yes, Kong.
Sige. Sir, please proceed.
Yes, Kong. Good morning.
Sir, please proceed. 2 minutes.
Kong, first of all, good morning to everyone, and also especially to our guest, Speaker Lord ALLAN VELASCO, and also to all cooperative leaders, and of course also to our very energetic and very passionate Congressman Ben Panama. For transport cooperative, as chair of the committee created by COPNATCO party list for this sector, we'd like to extend our heartfelt congratulations to our new speaker, Lord VELASCO, and also for we are asking for support to the sector, and also we'd like to also to request for the retention as chair of the cooperative development committee in the Congress, Congressman Ben Panama. So once again, thank you for this opportunity, for that no less than the speaker give to the cooperative. This is a rare opportunity for us. So for this, we really extend our gratitude to the good speaker. Thank you very much, and good morning.
Okay, thank you so much. I think that is the last. Kasi kailangan pa natin si attorney mag-spend lang time doon sa kanyang mga ibang gawain. So, sir, kung okay lang sa imo, can we have your parting words after listening the all messages? Again, please welcome from the office of our speaker, Attorney Arnel Abilida.
Magandang umaga po ulit sa lahat. At naririnig po natin ang inyong pong mga hinain. Tulad po ng sinabi ni ng ating host po, yung inyong pong advocacies, etc. Ang inyong pong mga advocacies po nyo ay ating pong tinitake note. In fact, ngayon nga po, binabasa ko po pati yung mga nasa chat, yung mga naglalagay po ng mga kanilang mga hinaing sa chat. At tinitake note din po natin sila, pero sa tingin ko po sa akin pong kaalaman din sa kooperatiba, mas malamang pong maka-act po dito ay si Congressman Ben Panama na muna para po sa pero siguro po makikipagtulungan po tayo at sa abot ng ating mga kayang ating pong opisina kay Congressman Ben. Makaasa po kayo na inyong pong mga mensahe at inyong pong mga concerns sa CDA man, sa pagpapatupad ng bagong batas, sa staffing po, sa IRR, ay makakaabot po sa ating speaker. Napaka-sipag po ng ating speaker at nais po niyang makadaupang palad pa kayo ng mas matagal. Naipit nga lang po talaga ng bagyo at saka naipit po siya sa Marinduque ng bagyo at ngayon naman po ay sa budget po kasi ngayon eh. So maraming pong salamat at happy cooperative month po sa lahat.
Thank you so much, Attorney Arnel Abilida. Before we end our forum, we would have 2 closing messages. One from the sector. We request the CEO of PCC, si Edwin Bustillos, and from the CDA, Sir Ed Ray Elibaso. Sir Podoy, ikaw ba ang mag-closing? Nalimutan ko yung program, sir.
Ikaw, Kong.
Yes po.
Sige. We would like to request them, si Sir Edwin at saka si Sir Edre. Tapos, may I extend my heartfelt thanks sa lahat po ng mga kasamahan sa cooperative movement. Hindi ko na lang bagitin bawat isa, but I am very, very thankful, especially to Speaker Lord ALLAN Velasco. In spite of his very, very hectic schedule, alam natin may bagyo po, naglandfall po sa Marinduque, at alam din natin urgent po yung pag-prepare sa national budget. So nakapokus po sila. I think si Attorney Abilida has so many works to do, but in spite of that, nag-spend pa siya ng several hours with that, no? Gusto ko lang ipadala yung message ko po, Attorney. I will always submit to the pleasure and the wisdom of our dear speaker. Ano po ang mga plano niya, including yung mga request namin lahat-lahat na na-mention. We always submit and we will abide because we believe as the Speaker of the House of Representatives, siya po ang nakaalam what is best doon po sa Kongreso, especially yung mga request natin para sa mga kooperatiba. Ako personally, I will always commit to support him and all his decisions. So with that, can we request kung dito po si Sir Edwin yung closing statement po in behalf of the sector. Sir Edwin, are you in? Wala Sir Edwin. Okay. From the CDA, Sir Edre. Sir Edre Elibaso, para makilala din kayo sa Office ng Speaker. Siya po ang ating Executive Director sa bagong batas, yung administrator po. If you're around, wala. Kasi nandito po siya kanina. So, Ma'am Los, kasi wala na po silang dalawa, ako po nagpasalamat na po sa lahat at we are very blessed today kasi binagit po na kahit bago pa po si Speaker, binigyan po niya ng priority sa mga grupo na maging makausap niya. So, thank you so much. Back to you, Ma'am Los, for your closing statement.
Thank you. Thank you, Kong Ben. To fill our hearts with words of wisdom and prosperity, let me call in the Vice President of Coop NATCO Party List for the word of thanks, VP Renato de la Cruz. Take it away.
Thank you, Ma'am Luz. To our special guest, Honorable Speaker Lord ALLAN J. Velasco, Congressman Sabiniano Canama, CDA Chairperson Orlando Rabanera, PCC Chairperson Dr. Leonardo, Coop NATCO Party List President Alexander Requepo, and all the chairpersons of the different federations and unions and all cooperators in this forum, good morning. It is a great privilege to represent the cooperative sector to express our sincerest appreciation. Honorable Speaker Velasco, on behalf of the 11.6 million cooperators from the different parts of the Philippines, maraming salamat po for gracing this COOP event with your presence, and congratulations for being elected as the new Speaker of the House of Representatives. This is a rare occasion for the co-op sector to be with the Speaker of the House of Representatives and be able to share with what we have done, doing, and will continuously do to help our members and the community. And personally heard your views about us and our initiatives. Alam po namin marami kayong gawain, but you still spent your precious morning with us. This is truly memorable for the sector, especially in our celebration of the Cooperative Month. The cooperatives in the Philippines have been existing and one with the government for more than 100 years in its desire to uplift the lives of the people, especially the members. Honorable Speaker Velasco, ang sektor po ng kooperatiba ay kasanggan ninyo sa mga programa na patuloy na magpapaangat at magpapaunlad sa antas ng buhay ng mga Pilipino. Muli, maraming salamat po at umaasa po kami sa inyong suporta sa cooperative sector. Mabuhay po kayo, Honorable Speaker Lord ALLAN J. Velasco.
Amen. Are we all good? Are we still good? Are we happy now, ladies and gentlemen of the sector? I hope we are all satisfied because we have just witnessed the best ever conversation between the man who strongly believes in the cooperative movement and gives his support to the sector. We are therefore grateful, inspired, and hopeful to be moving forward smoothly with our advocacies and programs. Thank you, everyone. Hope to see you soon in the future Zoom meetings. Mabuhay ang kooperatiba sa Pilipinas. Thank you.
Mabuhay. Thank you so much. Attorney, thank you so much. Sa lahat po, thank you so much.
Thank you po.
Yeah. Ma'am Los, do you have the closing prayer?
Yes, please,
Okay
Daryl, for the closing prayer.
Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks. We give thanks.
Salamat sa lahat. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ma'am Los. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, Kong.
Salamat kayo. Salamat sa tanan nga nag-log-in. Salamat po.
May kuan.
Happy Cooperative Month. See you po mamayang hapon, ma'am, sa next schedule natin.